Hello and welcome to Leeds train station. I have just come off the journey from hell. It was so crowded, my train, and I had to sit on the floor. But the reason for this vlog today is because after my night out tonight, tomorrow I'm going back to London and I am going first class, and I've never in my life ever taken a train first class. So I thought I'd film that a little bit, okay? So this is the beautiful city of Leeds, and right there are some Palestinian protesters. They're protesting against the war in the Gaza Strip, the West Bank. So I thought I'd film that and show you my journey travelling first class, because I have never in my life ever travelled first class on a train, so that'll be pretty interesting. And I actually got my ticket really inexpensively, and I'm going to share with you how to do that, how to get that ticket really cheap. Alright, so if you'd like to know how my journey goes along and what the ticket price cost me, stick around. Hello, my name's Steve Morgan, and from the age of 16, when I left home, I've had some crazy adventures. It's been the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that's why I decided to do Morgan's World, to share those journeys with you. To keep up to date with my life journeys, please like and subscribe to my channel below. Welcome to my world. But I'm not here for that sort of reason. I'm here for a night out, and tomorrow you're going to see what it's like to be on a first class train. I'm sure loads of you have already done that before, but I never have. I've probably sat in a carriage before for a few minutes here and there when I was a little bit younger, being a little bit naughty, but I've never really experienced, you know, getting the meal service and all that sort of stuff. But I am, hopefully, fingers crossed, tomorrow. And this, my friends, is what £44 a night gets you in Leeds. I'm going to say pretty good value for the UK. Not bad at all. And I've got late checkout and all that other good stuff. And, you know, it's a view. May not be the greatest view, but it's a view. Anyway, see you all tomorrow. Okay, it's the next day and it's late afternoon and things are going pretty good for a change. You know, the weather is absolutely awesome, and if you're not from the UK, and obviously, you know, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, the further north you go, the colder it is. And Leeds, even though it's only like a few hundred miles away from London, it is a big temperature difference. Okay. And, you know, to me, like, London's been too bloody hot this summer for me, okay? But right now, in Leeds, the temperature is just fine. Okay, that's one bit of good news. The other one is I spent the day in a casino. Well, not the day, like about an hour. And sat down. I love the casinos up north. They're a lot different to the ones you get in London. In London, you have to gamble, if you're playing blackjack, on increments of £10. So that means if you like to increase your bet when you're winning, like a lot of people do, you have to go from £10, you might go £20, £30. It just gives the house a massive advantage, okay? But over here, they have increments of £3 is the lowest bet, so you could put £3, £4, £5. I never put less than £10. But then if I lose, I go to 11, then I go to 12. If I win, I go to 15, and then I go to 17, then I go to 20, and then I start going down. And I use that with a little bit of basic strategy, and I've done all right. I honestly have done okay. I've won way more times than I've lost. when I've been up north at least. Okay, so yeah, fingers crossed, off to a good start. More money towards traveling. Okay, so I'm about a 5-minute walk away from the station, and let's check it out. Okay, so while I remember, I'm going to tell you how much my ticket cost. It cost me about £30, maybe 35, but I think it was 30. All right, and the reason I got it so cheap was because I booked it in advance. B, I booked it with the LNER app. That's who I'm traveling with today. And if you book it with the app, they give you it's usually cheaper than going to trainline.com or something like that. And they give you 2% credit as well. So I'm not even including that, but I get 2% credit for any money I spend on a ticket. Plus, at the time, my American Express card had a special offer, so I think they were giving out 2% or something, and I'm not even including that, so these were just like extra little throwback perks that I was getting. Okay, let's do this. Now, if I had booked a economy ticket, that would have cost me about £15, about half the value. So let's see if it is worth another extra 15 quid for what I'm getting today. Let's say 20 quid's max. Right, here we go. Oh, effing bugger. The lounge is not open. It closed at 6 o'clock. I cannot believe it. The lounge is all yours as long as you hold a valid ticket for first class travel on a London Eastern Railway service, which I do. Oh bugger, I can't believe that. Okay, so I have been to a lounge before as a guest. Okay, I've never travelled first class legally. I've sat in the compartment when I was probably a kid, a teenager, and got booted off by the conductor, the ticket conductor. All right, but from what I know about the lounges, from what I remember, is they give you biscuits, cookies to my American friends, and they give you coffee, and they give you loads of bottled water. Okay, so I'm not missing out on too much, but it does mean I'll probably have to go buy some. Now, fingers crossed, there is still a meal service on this train, and I'll let you know if it was still worth it. I still did not pay a lot of money for this ticket, so it's not like I'm got something to really cry about. So as I use a voiceover for the very first time in my life, when I first started this channel, I stressed that I was not very good at technology, but I would improve. Hey. So those people behind me that were running, I have no idea why they were. We still had 6 minutes left. I was in Coach D seat 19, but when I get to my seat, if there's a more comfortable seat around and no one's using it, I will always move. This is the important part. I had a rail card, a veterans rail card, and it's 33% off. And American Express gave me an extra 10% off and not 2%. Okay, sit back. It's time to get to platform 9 3/4. I'll take a cup of tea, please. How you doing anyway, mate?
I'm good, thank you.
You having a good day?
Excellent.
How long have you worked here for?
Coming up 6 years now.
Is it a good job?
Excellent.
This is my first time ever in first class.
Is it? Let's hope you have a
I'm Steve anyway.
Lovely to meet you, Steve.
What's your name?
I'm Sally.
Very nice to meet you. Thank you very much. Will there be water and stuff and other
water? Still sparkling?
Sparkling, please. Wow, I get a choice.
Yeah, choice. That's what we're doing first.
Oh God, I love it. But you don't even want to know what I paid for my ticket.
Is it?
I paid £30.
Any biscuits?
Yes, please. I missed the lounge though. I was gutted about that. The lounge closed at 6.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
There you go, Steve.
Thank you very much, Sally. Okay, so with the biscuits and the tea and the water, that's exactly what I would have got in the lounge. I gotta tell you, this tea is absolutely lovely. I'm not just saying it, it's really good tea. So we have a menu, so that is pretty good news. And I was speaking to someone, and yeah, and this is pretty standard, he was telling me. Breakfast, which we don't need, and I will not be getting, but the lunch, evening, barbecue chicken crochet, a caprice wrap, a ploughman's grazing box. And if you're not from the UK, a ploughman's lunch or a grazing box is like a typical British meal with cheese and pickles and that sort of stuff. Mezzi hummus, rainbow vegetarian grain bowl, and a Charles option, which won't be me. And to finish, I will get a dessert or a piece of fruit. And if you flip the page, yeah, they've got a whole selections of hot drinks and soft drinks, and there's even alcohol. And the good news is, supposedly they come by, the trolley cart comes by a few times offering you it. We'll see. Now, I did pick myself up one from the shop before I boarded the train, just to be on the safe side. So my food has arrived, and it's not quite what I expected. I was expecting perhaps a meal, but it's just a hot sandwich. So my kind server has saved the day by getting me some ketchup, and I got to tell you, I can't talk too loud here because it's just such a quiet carriage. Even though it's not, you know, talking is allowed, I just feel a bit guilty. It's just so quiet. It's not what you're used to in economy, you know, especially on a Saturday. You know, it can get a little bit rowdy and everything. You know, a little bit noisy in economy on a Saturday. A Saturday night with the trains going into London, they could be full of football supporters or hen parties or stag do's, and yeah, it gets rowdy. So Sam, my server, has come by a few times with the trolley, you know, offering drinks, and it's been lovely. But for this last hour, I'm just going to relax, watch a bit of Netflix, maybe take a little power nap. We'll see. Next stop, King's Cross, and possibly end the video at platform 9 3/4, Harry Potter platform. So I made it to King's Cross, and that is platform 9 3/4, Harry Potter one. There's a little Harry Potter shop, and I hate to say this, I hardly know anything about Harry Potter, and I dated a girl from America. She was absolutely gorgeous, and she knew so much about Harry Potter, and that could be the reason why we broke up, you know. So maybe I need to learn. Maybe I need to learn a few things about him. So how will I sum up my very first experience travelling first class on a British train? Well, price-wise, 10 out of 10. Service-wise, well, for the money I paid, that's a 10 out of 10 as well. It's not like service on business class with British Airways on a flight or anything. They don't keep your champagne topped up, and they don't make sure that you have as much as you want to drink. It's not like that. The trolley comes by a few times, and that's pretty much it. But still, yeah, peaceful, nice, stretch your legs out, totally different experience to the experience I had yesterday. The experience I had yesterday, I mean, probably if you pack cattle in like that, there'll be an outcry. You know, it'll be against the cows' rights or something, you know. But they're doing that to human beings, and it's terrible. But anyway, would I go first class again? Absolutely. 100%. Maybe not for the price that my fellow passengers were paying for their tickets. They were paying about £90, £100, £100 a ticket, maybe even more, okay? But for £30 or whatever, yes, 100% I will go first class again. So just remember, book your tickets early and book them online. Okay, so if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you're new. Leave a comment, tell me what you think. Well, is this something that you would like to do? And I'll see you all on the next journey.